Thank you for joining me. This is Kaylee from the Resonant Alchemy Healing Sound Arts program. And today I wanted to speak specifically to the idea of being a sensitive or an empathic person or someone who's very clairsentient. Now, these people are usually the people who I work with. I am an empathic, sensitive, highly clear, sentient person. And so I know what this is like to live this way. And just recently, it felt like I went into a whole new reality and I'm in a whole new dimension, a higher boost of consciousness, and I feel like my psychic centers have come on like never before. I mean, and not just clairsentient, but I'm talking telepathy and seeing and hearing voices and hearing, hearing tones and all of that, and just knowing things before they happen. So I'm on a whole new level, and it's really an adjustment. I'm integrating. I'm practicing this way of life. And it's all a journey, you never get anywhere. It's all just a process and all a journey. So my dearest sensitive, empathic, clairsentient ones, let me just give a brief introduction. You might be resonating with this, but for those of you who might be new, someone who's very sensitive and clairsentient, it's like they can feel what's going on around them. And although they might not totally understand the energies that they're sensing and feeling in their body, they definitely are feeling things. And sometimes they can relate them to being like, anger or sadness or frustration or manipulation. But they often have a tendency to take on others' emotions, not even meaning to, but it just kind of happens. So, oftentimes how sensitive people can deal with this is if they feel overwhelmed by feeling things on such an intense level, they may pick up a glass of wine or two or three or four. They may do some emotional eating. They may hide themselves in a room. I've spent a lot of my life doing all of these things because it was so overwhelming. All of these feelings, emotions, thought forms were coming in from other people, and the way that I would deal with it, and I wasn't too clear on what was going on with me, by the way. So if you're just awakening to this, this is a good video for you. I wasn't really sure what was going on, so it was just like I didn't realize that I was drinking away other people's emotions and anger. I didn't realize that I was eating away things that I was feeling and processing through my body. And it's like they'll come in like a thought form, like I said, or a feeling, and you'll really feel like a sensation in the pit of your stomach, or you'll feel like something's crawling under your skin. You'll feel it'll bring discomfort for you. And I guess what I'd like to say, first of all, is none of this stuff can hurt you. It may feel uncomfortable and you may go through a period of discomfort while you're processing it. And you need to allow yourself to process it in a very conscious way so that you don't overeat and overdrink and spend time alone in solitude without anybody around anymore. The more conscious that you can become, the easier it is to handle. And so I want to offer you just some tips and for handling this. If you feel overwhelmed with feeling emotional or feeling other people's stuff coming into your space, or maybe you feel like someone's manipulating you, their energy's coming in and it's kind of pulling you a little bit, you'll feel that more in the gut. What you can do is just take some time out, spend some time alone, go out into nature, okay? Go out into nature and just breathe deeply and allow yourself to just process what you're feeling. Don't judge it. Don't be afraid of it. Don't run from it. Just simply sit and be and face it. with the intention to allow Mother Earth or nature to help you transform it into a higher energy. Just allow it to be released through your body, allow it to run through your body, and just to be released. Another thing that you can do is some vocal toning. And if you're new to vocal toning, basically it's a really simple procedure, but it can be very profound. You simply open your mouth and allow yourself to make the sounds that feel highest and best in the moment. You can tune in to what you're sensing and feeling and just make a tone over and over that feels like what you're feeling. You just open your mouth and allow any sound to come out without judging. It doesn't have to sound like this beautiful thing, and that's all subjective anyway. So just don't judge it. Just allow your mouth to open, breathe deep in the belly, and allow any sounds to come out. When I work with people, I often give them ah, just the vowel ah, because it's the easiest place to start. But if this feeling that you're feeling is more like a just make that sound over and over, and then it can help you release it. Then the next step to that is allowing yourself to, how these are beautiful pink tulips, if you're in nature or if you're in a room with something beautiful, look around for something beautiful, tune into its frequency, and then begin to sound that. And then you can actually transmute this lower energy into a higher energy. So that's another way to allow it to run through you. And it's great if you can sing with the birds too. That's like magnificent. The birds really respond when you're sounding out in nature, and you sound and sound and sound and release and express, and you start having fun with it, and then you start sounding like the flowers and the sky and the birds. The birds oftentimes will respond back to you. So that'll be a fun little game if you feel like experimenting with that. So let's see, what else do I have for you? Okay, so meditation is really important, because when you practice a daily meditation, and it can take different forms for different people, if you practice a daily meditation, you can get more neutral. Less judgmental, more present in the moment, so that when things come, you just basically can be more of a witness. Instead of allowing them to take over and cripple you, you can just allow them to come, pay attention to them, and just let them move through. They're already coming up or coming in to be released anyway, to be transmuted through you. And this is one of the the functions of being highly sensitive, empathic. You may even be like a light worker, or you may be a starseed, but this is coming in and coming up for a reason. It's to be transmuted. So just allow it to run through you without getting too attached to it, without resisting it. And meditation is a good way to get you to be more neutral when these things happen. Oh, another way to help you, and this is a little bit of sound healing, you can take a crystal singing bowl and you start playing the crystal singing bowl, which helps with meditation, and it also helps you transmute energy. It's total alchemy. Take a crystal singing bowl and just play the crystal singing bowl, and just imagine that all the mooky mook that you're feeling, all the uncomfortable feelings, they're going into the bowl, and it's like spinning them around and moving things around, and it's transmuting it into a higher form. And then you can even put the vocal toning with the crystal bowl, so it can clear all that energy out of your space. Just imagine it going through your whole space and clearing everything out. And then once you've done and tried these things, at the end of a meditation or a crystal singing bowl or a vocal toning session, you can just close your eyes and imagine from the center of your head that your auric field is just all the way around you with no holes, completely solid. And just take some deep breaths there and allow yourself to be in neutral. And just meditate there for a little while and really fortifying your field. If you see anything in your space, just you can tone it out, allow it to go down into earth to be recycled, and use any of these techniques. And they're really helpful. I have lived as a sensitive empath for my whole life, and this is what I've used, and this is how I'm not a victim to it anymore. I used to spend hours alone in my room, and I didn't have much of a social life. I mean, I'm kind of an introvert anyways, but and it was like, it occurred to me, I shouldn't be spending all this time alone all the time, you know? I've got to figure out a way to like move through this, and I certainly did with the meditation and the sound and going out into nature, sitting my butt on the ground, and then playing with the birds and the flowers and the water and the fresh air. And so I hope this video was helpful for you. And if you have any questions and you'd like to contact me, I'm going to leave the link below to my website. And I want to wish you all a beautiful day and a beautiful evening wherever you're at. Okay? See you soon. Bye-bye.